I'm Stephen Mattisio. I'm the director and chief curator of the Blaffer Art Museum and the artistic director of the Cynthia Woods Mitchell Center for the Arts. And I just want to say how pleased we are to be presenting Monira Al Qadiri's first major museum exhibition in the United States. This show was orchestrated by our former curator, Tyler Blackwell, who's now at the Speed Museum. And I think early on, Tyler saw the resonance that Monira's work would have in Houston, the Gulf Coast region, because her work kind of mines in a very personal way the histories of petroleum in the Persian Gulf. And we wanted to, in the Blaffer's program, to look at the relationship between Houston and the larger world. And I think especially the legacy, the influence, the prevalence of oil and gas and what petroleum means in the past, in the present, and the future on a global scale. And so Monira's work has certainly brought that in a very poignant way. And with the Mitchell Center teaming up with the Blaffer, it gives us that opportunity when we have shared visions and sort of an aligned mandate to think in an interdisciplinary way and to connect the University of Houston with the larger world. And so we're very grateful that Monira has engaged with the community and the campus in an extended way, in an expanded way. She's given talks, she's going to give a performance and a lecture. She was here, she was singing karaoke. She's really done it all. And so we love that type of engagement. This is not just an artist parachuting in and out. It's an artist that has thought deeply about what that relationship looks like and how these cities can speak with one another. So we're so pleased to be presenting refined vision and all the things that will bring to audiences near and far.
My name is Melissa Noble, the managing director of Cynthia Woods Mitchell Center for the Arts at the University of Houston. One of the primary missions of the Cynthia Woods Mitchell Center is supporting visiting artists to come to the University of Houston campus, as well as Houston at large. The Mitchell Center has supported the exhibition by Monira Al Qadiri, Refined Vision, as well as commissioning 4 of the artworks in this exhibition.
So I have been working on a body of work since almost for a decade now around the topic of my kind of biographical relationship to oil and how it's kind of shaped me as a person and the future of it as well. And I try to touch on this subject through different ideas, different ways of looking at it. Some are less obvious than others. So I really think of like oil as this kind of alien that came to our lives and landed here, and then somehow they will leave again. Having my exhibition in this space is very interesting to me. A lot of people in Houston have grown up with the same kind of memories and kind of visual influences as I have. And a lot of people here have had the same memories. They've had the same experiences I have. So I thought it was very interesting that to show that work in this place because of the commonalities of our histories and experiences. Yeah, so the kind of emotional landscape of the exhibition is very varied. Some works seem very seductive and beautiful and even funny, and other works are much heavier and more difficult to deal with. But I thought this is emblematic of the topic of petroleum itself. And for me also in my life, it has affected me in so many ways that, how do I incorporate it in a way that is not just critical, but also interesting and also personal. All of these subjects come together in the works. I thought it was very interesting that when you see an oil spill on the street, you don't think of it as beautiful, but actually it has this very interesting, beautiful element to it. So I cover a lot of my sculptures with this color scheme, most notably here the oil drill bits. And when they're kind of decontextualized, you can see that you don't know what they are when you're looking at them. They have these very phantasmagorical forms, like an octopus or a marine creature. So I try to play with that kind of idea of color and form. We always think of oil in terms of fuel. We talk about fossil fuels, but it's also the petrochemical industry. So, we wear petroleum products. We use petroleum shampoos. It's something that is ever present all the time, everywhere. And people always think, oh, you're from Kuwait. That's where oil comes from. But no, it's in everyone's lives, and everyone needs to think about it and talk about it, discuss it. So that's what I'm trying to do. I want people to have questions and go home with these questions.